Hey there, Adrienne Elise here. Welcome to day 10 of 21 days of presence. How are you doing? We are moving into this intense portal of energy of so much astrology, leading us into a very potent year of 2020. And so we are now feeling Mercury in the sign of Sagittarius. Mercury has completed its retrograde. We've been feeling Mercury in Scorpio all the way since early October. So it's been quite a journey. Now, what Mercury found is bubbling up to the surface. And with Mars in trine to Neptune right now, Mars in Scorpio. So Mars is like completing this energy of Scorpio, trying to move us out of the muck in a way. But, once there's momentum, a lot of times it's mudslinging, right? So what I'm seeing is, and feeling and sensing is very like Mars in trine to Neptune can be very supportive, but it's also with all this water energy, very, very sensitive time. And we have to understand that what is being exposed right now within our own psyche, within the collective consciousness, these deep, hidden, dark secrets and distortions, we've all been living with them, just kind of getting through, right? Stuff it down, stuff it down. And what we've just experienced astrologically is about extracting these things to the surface. They're bubbling up. Now that Mercury has come into Sagittarius, the light is coming on to these darkness, which means you might feel what the Mercury retrograde in Scorpio was about even more now. And we are supported by this Mars in trine to Neptune, but it's a very emotional, sensitive energy. And these sensitivities, these feeling like you don't have a very thick skin, this is the kind of the sign of the times right now. We are in an evolution where our spiritual evolution that we're in is making us more and more sensitive. And the sensitivities that are coming up right now have to do with these deep, dark recesses of ourselves that aren't true to who we are, but really need to be purged. And so it's definitely this energy is like a karmic purge, but it's also like high level emotion, high level sensitivity, but it's about moving. Mars wants to move the stuck emotions of the Scorpio energy that we haven't resolved maybe our whole life or lifetimes. So just know that things are on the surface for people right now, and be gentle with yourself and with other people, and try not to take a life personally, even though it's nearly impossible. And but what we take personally, what kind of seems to get deep under us and just hurt, that's pointing us to these false parts of who we've thought we were or were told that we were. It's all pointing to the false identity that humanity has taken on, like a very ill-fitting coat, and it's time to take it off. And so that's why all this is happening. And this is a huge culmination of energies with this. We're still feeling Jupiter in exact square with Chiron. We're going to be feeling that for the next couple of days. And at the same time, Jupiter's coming into a trine with Uranus. So this is really interesting energy because Uranus is retrograde and it's at 3 degrees. It's about to go to 2 degrees. Jupiter's at 1 degree in square to Chiron. And so that means that Jupiter and Uranus are one sign, almost exactly one sign apart, which is called a semi-sextile. And this is kind of like, hey, let's figure out a way to work together here. Let's cross over the lines. Let's try to see what's going on with the neighbor. The neighbor in this case is activating. And their shit is flying all over the place, and try not to get in the way of it and try not to take it personally. And that might be happening to you too. And so, but ultimately this Jupiter energy is trying to bring us into the light of this new age, trying to bring opportunities for us to do that deep psychic healing, to figure out who we're not, that we're not that tortured, injured victim soul that society might want us to be as an intensely sensitive being. Something that's shameful, which is ridiculous. And kind of like remembering Jupiter trine Uranus is like, remember that this isn't just happening because it's happening. It's not just a torture session, although that might be what living on planet Earth has been like for you. But this is the new energies coming in. And this is like, drop those stories. And so it's an intense culmination of energies that are all about supporting us into stepping over this threshold into 2020. Now, all the astrology charts I've looked at in this last year or two have this line in the sand, it feels like, where it's like, okay, well, there's 2019, then there's 2020. This is either in January, February for people, or in the spring, it seems like. Some people, it's January, February 2021. But if that's the case, you're building a stage for that right now. And it's kind of like this platform, this new reality is trying to come in to land. Right now, we've got a big gap in between where we're at and this new platform. And in the middle is like abyss. So we're kind of there looking into the abyss, wondering who in the heck we are. And that's a good thing because we need to clear the slate so we can make the leap into the new energies. So the best way to do this, of course, is to find that peace and presence in the moment. And that's why we're here together. So let's take advantage of this time together and go ahead and just settle in to this now moment. And just taking a few deep breaths, enjoying this deep peace that's available more easily every day that we do this work together. We're building a field, kind of an energy on the astral plane that we can easily remind ourselves, reset our vibration, reset our nervous system to just slip into this peace and presence, incredibly beneficial in this crazy astrology, but particularly in the holiday season as well. So go ahead and just stepping in to this sacred space that you've created by being present, by being available, by being willing to be a part of this peace, this presence. And just feel yourself. It's almost like we've built ourselves this magical, special room on the astral plane we can just slip right into whenever we need it. And so just moving into that space. This is a space where time stops. We recognize that all time exists in this now moment. And of course, when we initially go into peace and presence, we have a lot of cares and worries come up. Say, what about, no, don't forget about this. Oh, what about this problem? Don't forget about me over here. And that's normal. And then we just say, I'll be back. We can work on that later. There will be time. But actually, the best way to work on things is to be in present time and to let the universe work its magic, which is kind of what this Jupiter trine Uranus is all about. Can you surrender to this now moment? Just be completely present with your true self, your wider, bigger spiritual self for just a few minutes. All of that will be there when you get back. But just go ahead and leave it all behind right now. Just leave it aside. All of your cares and worries, anything about the past that's coming up or concerns for the future, just set that all aside. They don't get to go into this sacred room. And just go ahead and feel yourself arrive. Your whole body just relaxing and releasing, coming into communication with Mother Earth. The base of your spine, your root chakra, is coming into its most harmonious spin ratio. And on an exhale, imagine putting down a deep root system, deep into the earth. Right here, right now, completely present. We often get messages that if we relax too much or we come into too much peace and presence, we're somehow not doing what we're supposed to be doing. Go ahead and just set that aside too, because you know, your bigger, wider self, that this is really what you need to be doing, all of us right here, right now, and how beautiful to come together. Deep grounding cord, anchoring into the earth, right where you need to be. Doing exactly what you need to be doing, right here, right now. And just seeing this peace and presence as an opportunity to surrender to the bigger truth of who you are and be present with that. And in that wider truth, there's trust. It can be so elusive as a vulnerable being on this planet. But here, there's trust. Here, there is time. Just feel yourself relax and release. Gently breathing. Imagine you're expanding and contracting with your breath, with the earth, breathing with the earth, breathing in air, light, and prana, life force, and breathing with your soul groups who are present in this moment or later when they catch the replay. We're all together all the time. Whenever, regardless of when we tap in, the field is here, available for us. And just breathing. Recognizing that the further you get into presence, at first, the more anxiety comes. This is normal. As you sink deeper into presence, you recognize that as a false experience. Just a play of energies, just like this whole life, just a continual play of energies, but coming and going and changing. But then there's you, right here, at the center. Moving deeper and deeper into that center. Sinking into the earth. Deep security. Just enjoying this now moment. The only time we really have. And there's a picture of a star somewhere out there. And the star represents the greater, wider truth of who you are. Also like a navigation, a connection, a direction. We so easily forget who we really are. And this is a time to remember. And can you leave it up to your star right now, this moment. A child of the universe in deep and profound trust, peace, and presence. Just staying here in this peace and presence as long as you would like, remembering that this is here for you whenever you can take a few moments out of your day to visit this sacred, peaceful place. And perhaps you would like to pause the video just enjoying this moment with Mother Earth and your star that you are, connected and at peace. Remembering this is here for you as you move throughout your day, whenever you'd like to return. Go ahead and when you're ready, complete your meditation. Well, thank you so much for joining me for day 10, 21 days of presence. We're getting into the double digits now, moving into the profound energy now. Don't forget about the full moon on Thursday, and that is happening early, actually, basically at night in the East Coast. I mean, in the U.S. on Wednesday. So the activation is tomorrow, Wednesday the 11th at 11 Mountain Time. That's 10 Pacific, and that's 1 p.m. on the East Coast. And so I hope you'll consider joining me for that Gemini full moon activation. And gosh, so much to talk about. So I look forward to seeing you soon on the next update, and we'll work all through all of this stuff that's going on and try to figure out what's up. So thanks so much for being a part of our beautiful sacred space together. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow on day 11, 21 days of presence. Until then, I'm Adrienne Elise. Namaste.